Okay, so I think we can get started now. Like I mentioned, we'll start in Virasana. So kneeling on our mats, bringing the knees together, tops of the feet onto the mat, and then it's good to sit on a block or your block substitute or pillow, elevating the hips. You want to begin by grounding your sit bones on whatever it is that you're sitting and finding a long neutral spine. So grounding all the way from the tailbone all the way to the top of the head, feeling your heart open. You can bring the palms to rest on your thighs. And then just allowing your eyes to fall shut. We're going to be channeling our inner warriors or heroes, as this pose suggests. Bringing the awareness to your breath. Noticing that from this posture, you can feel your body expanding, receiving all that energy and life force, also known as our breath. And just take deep inhales to fill up, expand. And then as you exhale, grounding down from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Take a deep inhale, fill up all the way belly, your chest expands, heart fills, back of the throat, and then just hold it at the top for a moment. And then opening the mouth, exhale, let it all out, grounding yourself further down, but still keeping the spine long. Taking another deep inhale, fill up. Holding it at the top for natural pause. And then allowing your exhale through the mouth to release any tension, melt any heaviness that's in the body. Whatever you feel will not serve you for this next hour. And stay connected with the breath, following every inhale and every exhale through the nostrils. Using a moment now just to check in to see how your body's feeling today. Take a deep inhale to any spots that need softening. Feeling your heart lift. And then just empty it out. Allowing your belly to contract. Keep the shoulders back. Your heart forward. And then just follow this moment. Follow the breath. Stay connected. Stay grounded. Stay rooted. Knowing that this essentially is the whole practice of yoga. Staying grounded, connected to your breath, even when you feel at times are difficult. Can you keep this breath? And even when things are easy, can you still remain calm, grounded, and connected? Practicing your Ujjayi breath. If you're new to yoga, this is our warrior breath, which we do by restricting the back of our throat. It kind of sounds like the ocean. This breath allows your mind to calm, It brings inner heat to your body. If you guys want to practice this at home, you can sit in front of a mirror and just kind of exhale the air through the mouth as if you were going to whisper. And that's kind of like what the Ujjayi breath feels like. When you're ready, begin to slowly blink the eyes open. And then bringing your hands, the palms staying out in front in your thighs, or if you can reach your knees, and keep them there. We're going to be practicing cat and cow movements. So as you inhale, think of with your hands pulling yourself through your heart, you're sending your tush out, letting the gaze fall forward and up. And as you exhale, bringing your chin to your chest, rounding the spine, tucking the tush in, and pushing your hands onto your thighs. Inhale, coming back in, leading the heart through, opening up the chest. Exhale, rounding out, pushing away with your hands, chin to chest. Just keep going at your own pace for a few rounds of seated cat and cow. When you're ready, meeting back in neutral. Take a moment here to check again that you're grounded through the sit bones. Your hips are square to the front, your shoulders are stacked, crown of the head is proud and strong like your hero. And then when you're ready, bring the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. And as you exhale, begin to twist open towards the right, keeping the spine long and bringing the right hand behind your seat. Twisting your heart open. And then just take a moment here to notice if your left knee is tracking forward, bring that back in so your hip points are square towards the front of the room. Nice, gentle twist, still opening up the heart towards the right side. Every inhale, allowing yourself to lengthen, and the exhales to twist a little bit further, millimeter or two, maybe looking over your right shoulder. Keep checking in on that knee, the left knee, if it wants to pull forward, which it will. And when you're ready, as you exhale, coming back through to center. Bringing the right hand this time on the outside of the left thigh. Take a deep inhale, get long through the spine. Exhale, twisting towards the left this time. Left hand behind your seat. Checking in to square the hips forward. Keeping that heart open. Holding here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, coming back to center. Remembering to still channel our hero. We are going to get rid of our prop, whatever it is that we're sitting on. And then come to a child's pose. So back of your mats, bring the big toes to touch your knees as wide apart as you can. Your arms extend out in front of you, allowing your forehead to come to rest onto your mat. If it doesn't reach, you can stay on your forearms. Just let your neck soften and try to bring your sit bones as close to your heels as you can. It's a gentle hip opener. Great way to elongate the spine and calm the mind. So our child's pose is our resting pose. Anytime you need to reconnect with your breath, you can take a child's pose. Just know any pose that I offer is that, an offering. If you need to rest, this is where you want to be. On your next inhale, lifting the right arm up towards the ceiling. You're going to be coming to thread the needle as you exhale, bringing that right hand underneath the left arm, and then placing the palm up onto the floor or the mat, Bring your right shoulder down and your right cheek. Keeping that right shoulder down, bring that left hand in and either tent your fingers to push that left shoulder blade back, twisting, open towards the left. Keep bringing those sit bones towards the heels. And then you have the option to stay here if this feels good for you. If not, you can extend the left arm up and then bring it across your back. Maybe resting your fingers on top of the right thigh. Keep lifting that left shoulder, opening up the chest. Staying here for one more breath. Fill up, open up. Exhale, coming back into our child's pose. Arms extend out in front. One deep inhale here, fill up. As you exhale, open up the mouth. Let it go, sink in. On your next inhale, lifting the left arm up, this time towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bringing it through underneath the right arm. Palm facing up, left shoulder, left cheek down. Tenting the right fingertips this time. Opening up towards the right. For a gentle twist, good detox too. Bringing out the kidneys. And on your next inhale, return back to your child's pose. Take a deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, walking your hands back out to center. We're gonna come to lie on our back briefly, just to do a few stretches on the hammies, on our legs. So coming to lie on our back. Soles of the feet onto the mat. And then as you inhale, extending the left leg out in front, the right towards the ceiling, soles of the foot facing up. You can clasp the back of your thighs, the back of your calves. You want to feel a nice deep stretch on the back of the right leg, keeping both feet flexed so that they're active. Keep pressing the left heel down onto the mat. And with every exhale, bring that right leg closer towards your body. And every inhale, you want to begin to straighten out the leg as much as you can. Remember to stay connected to the breath. And when you're ready, using your right hand to help out, allowing that leg to fall open towards the right, keeping the left hand on the hip and that hip grounded onto the mat. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, letting it fall towards the left as far as it feels good. Or maybe if you want to just keep the right hip down and letting it go just a little bit. Should be feeling a stretch on the right IT band outside of the right leg. And then coming back to center. Bend the knee, straighten it out, and then bringing the left leg, left knee in and up as you inhale. Both feet flexed, pressing the right heel onto the mat, clasping the back of the thigh. Or if you can keep your shoulders grounded, and if you have the flexibility behind the back leg, you can hook your peace fingers on your toes. If you have a strap here, looping it at the ball of the foot, that we can do without. And when you're ready, opening up towards the right side, keeping the right hip down on the mat. Inhale back to center, exhale, switching sides, letting it fall towards the right. And again, keeping the left hip down or allowing it for a gentle twist on the low back, as long as you're mindful. Listening to your body. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, bring both knees towards your chest, hug in, tight as a ball. Maybe rock side to side. And from here, grabbing the outside of your feet, come into happy baby. Pushing onto your hands, and with your hands resisting the pressure, trying to keep the tailbone down and bringing the knees as close to the mat as you can. Rocking side to side if that feels good. One of my new favorite stretches is Recline Supta Konasana, which is this variation bringing the soles of your feet to touch, your heels as close to your groin as possible. And then your knees, you're pushing them away from each other, feeling the deep stretch on the inner thighs. Back remaining long, neutral. Hugging the belly in, grounding the low back. And keep pushing the knees away. When you're ready, bring yourself into a tight ball. Give it a nice squeeze and begin to rock yourself back and forth. And then find yourself in a seated pose. And then in tabletop, meeting on our hands and knees. Taking a moment here to take up as much space on your mat with your hands. So really spreading the fingers wide, rooting the knuckles. So this part of your hand down and your fingertips. You want to think of kind of grabbing a doorknob and just engaging your fingers that much on the mat. The index finger and the thumb are going to want to lift these parts right here. So keeping those grounded will be your challenge throughout the practice anytime you're on your hands. And then from here, draw the thumbs away from each other, hugging the outer upper arms in, so engaging the triceps. Take a moment here to bring your knees together. Your feet can remain tucked or pointed, whatever feels good for you. And then with your hands, if they're underneath your shoulders, walk them up just a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 inches. What we're gonna be doing is pushing onto the floor, so your upper back is rounded just a tad, your shoulder blades are away from each other. We're hugging that belly in, squeezing in as much as you can. The thighs are squeezing in towards each other, so you are now a nice powerhouse. As you exhale, you're bending the elbows, coming down into chaturanga arms. And then inhale, lift up. So your elbows, when you bend, want to be stacked over your wrists. And then just doing a few of these. Inhale to come up, exhale, bend and lower. Keep hugging that belly in, the thighs squeezing in towards each other. Elbows are squeezing in, not splaying outwards. And then meeting back into tabletop, walking your hands back in, stacking them underneath the shoulders. Checking that the knees are underneath the hips. Take a moment here, step back into plank. And then from plank, send your hips up and back into downward facing dog. From here, walking your dog, bending one knee, bringing the opposite heel towards the mat. Bending the other. Come still in your down dog for a moment. And I want you here to think of your doorknob. So your hands are engaged and pushing away. So pushing your upper body away from the mat. Your feet, the tops of your feet are kind of pushing backwards. So you're trying to track them back, but they're not moving. And you're just letting the head drop. But your low back, your kind of tailbone is tucking in. So your spine is long, neutral line. We're not back bending or banana backing. And then just begin to bend your knees back again. It's the kind of engagement you want in your down dog. And when you're ready on your next inhale, lift the right leg up, keeping the hips squared. And as you exhale, bending the knees, stacking the right hip over the left, coming into three-legged dog with the hip opener. Exhale, coming back into three-legged dog. And then bending the knee to nose, hug in, push the floor away. Inhale, leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, open up, bend the knee. Inhale, come back into three-legged dog. And then drop the foot back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lifting the left leg up this time. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the left hip over the right. Squaring the shoulder, so picking up that right shoulder blade. Keep sending the heels towards the mat. Then when you're ready, as you exhale, bring knee to nose, round the spine, push the floor away. Inhale, coming back into three-legged dog. Exhale, open up one more time. Stacking left hip over right. Check that the shoulders are squared. And inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, release the foot. Take a deep inhale here through the nose. Exhale, open up the mouth. Let it all go. When you're ready, on your next inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, hug and push the floor away. And then drop the right knee behind the right wrist. The right foot behind the left wrist. And begin to scoot that left leg back as far as you can, pointing the toes. Check if the shin is parallel. Flex the foot to protect the knee, if not, point. And then take a moment to square the hips by sending the right hip back, the left hip forward. Think of leading with your sternums of your heart as you inhale, get long. Exhale, melt the sternum towards the mat. Allowing your head to rest either on your forearms, on a pillow. Staying here for a few breaths. If you have a big spot underneath your right glute, you can place a block or your pillow there. If you want to take it deeper, you can tuck the back toes under and then scoot that left knee back a little bit more and then point the toes back in. And just remember, reconnect with your Ujjayi breath. The intensity should be at the hips. If you have any knee pains, you need to come out slowly. Just back away until there's no pain there. But if you're feeling it on the back hip, stay and breathe into it. I'm going to stay here for 5 more breaths. So find your inhales. Allow the exhales to ground you. Filling up all the way. And then just notice where the air flows. How far can you take it? When you're ready, with the help of your hands, begin to slowly walk yourself back up. Pressing the hands, grabbing the doorknobs, tucking the back toes. Send the hips up and back into a down dog. When you're ready, on the next inhale, lift the left leg up this time. Exhale, knee to nose, hug in, push the floor away. And then when you're ready, bring the left knee behind the left wrist, left foot behind the right wrist. And then choose point toes or flex the foot. Scoot the left leg back. You can take back a look and check that the leg is straight. Square the hips, push the left hip forward, the right hip back. And then melt, lead with your heart, torso to the mat. Again, if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can tuck the back toes under and then scoot that knee back an inch. a centimeter. Checking to see where your boundaries are today. And just seeing if you can take it a little bit further. Pressing onto the tops of your feet, especially that pinky toenail. Allowing your foot, that leg, the back leg to externally rotate. You notice that your right hip kind of goes forward. And it forces your left hip to come back. So that's kind of why we say that when we try to get you to square the hips. Finding 5 more grounding breaths. When you're ready, walking the hands back out to the midline. Setting up the foundation, tucking the back toes under, push the floor away and the hips up and back into your down dog. From here, bend the knees, look towards your hands, walk or hop to the top of the mat, coming into forward fold with Uttanasana. Taking a moment here to check that the feet are hip distance apart, grounding the big toe mount, the heel, and the baby toe mount into the mat. You want to use every inhale to slowly straighten out those legs. And every exhale with your lower ribs, try to bring them in towards your hips, allowing yourself to bend a little bit deeper. If you guys know me, you know that this is my favorite inversion. Just let the head go, shake it yes, shake it no. I do this everywhere, grocery store, elevator. Security guards think I'm nuts. It's okay. Feels so good on the back of the legs. It just resets. Get some blood flowing to your brain. You can hook your peace fingers onto your toes, bend the knees, and then slowly begin to straighten the legs out. Bending the elbows, bringing your forehead closer towards your shins. Keep sending the tailbone up. Here for 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, releasing the toes if they're hooked. Bring your hands to your shin as you inhale, come up halfway, neutral spine. Exhale, bowing down. Rooting through the feet, inhale to rise, lift the arms up overhead, reaching with your fingertips, but with your lower ribs, you're drawing them in, not back bending. From here, arms extended out. Grabbing the left wrist with your right hand as you inhale, reach with the left hand up. Getting long on your left side body. And as you exhale, send the left hip towards the left, then bow towards the right. Your left shoulder, push it back, and maybe look up. Inhale, coming back to center. Switching hands, so grabbing onto our right wrist with our left hand. Take a moment again, check that the feet are hip distance, grounding all 3 corners. Inhale, reach, get long on the right side. Exhale, send that right hip to the right and fold towards the left. Dropping the right shoulder back. The tops of the thighs, you're pressing onto them so that the quads are engaged. And when you're ready, inhale, coming back. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, release them down. This time, take a moment to cross your right foot over the left, aligning the pinky fingers towards each other. The right knee can bend a bit. The back leg should be nice and straight. And then if you can, feet are hip distance apart, but grounding the big toe mounds, keep those glued onto the mat. As you inhale, lift the arms up overhead, get long, drawing the lower ribs in. Exhale, hinging from the hips, fold over the legs. Say hello to your IT band on the left leg. Taking one more inhale here, grounding into that big toe mound, especially on the left foot. As you exhale, walking your hands towards the right, twisting, searching for more intensity, going as far as you'd like to your practice. Inhale, coming back to center, rooting the feet down, come all the way up, switching, bringing the right foot back, this time stepping the left foot over, checking pinky toes as much in line as you can, rounding the big toe mounts. Inhale to rise, hands reach, get long, exhale, hinge at the hips, fold over. And I'm already feeling it on the outside of the right leg. Keep breathing into any intensity, any discomfort. When you're ready, begin to walk your hands towards the left, searching, finding, maybe not finding, maybe hurting, cursing. Inhale, coming back to center. And then when you're ready, grounding at the feet, inhale to rise, exhale, bring that left foot back. Take a moment here again, check the feet. Imagining there's a doorknob, same kind of engagement. So grounding all those feet, the toes, sorry. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Come up halfway on your inhale, hands to your shin or your thighs. As you exhale, bows, plant the hands, step back into plank. In plank, hugging the belly in, grabbing onto our doorknobs with your thumbs, draw the mat apart. Your heels kick an imaginary back wall, pushing the floor away with your hands. We're staying here for a few breaths. Remembering to stay connected. Flying hero pose, supported hero flying. Quads at top of the thighs, pushing back, fired up. And on your exhale, send the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg up. Exhale, step it through in between your hands, coming into a low lunge. Drop the back knee. Toes can be tucked under or pointed, back toes. Check that the right knee stacked over the right hip. And as you inhale, lift the torso, reach overhead. Exhale, lunge deeper into the right hand. Bring both hands on top of that right thigh and press down. Your torso is away from your upper body. Sorry, from your lower body. And keep pressing and lunging deeply into that knee. Side view. So you can scoot the left knee back if you need to. You want to feel the stretch in the front of the left thigh. And when you're ready, inhale, lift the left arm up, come into a slight back bend, looking up. Every exhale, grounding, pushing deeper into that front knee. Squeezing the thighs towards each other, still squaring the hips forward. And then when you're ready, coming back down, bring the hands to frame the foot. Bring your right hand inside of the right foot, and then begin to scoot that leg up and back to the right. Maybe it goes off your mat. Go as far out as you can for lizard pose. And then when you can no longer scoot anymore, come into the outside of that right foot, opening up the hip, and then staying here or coming onto our forearms. Added challenge, picking up the back foot, engaging the quad right away, hugging the inner belly in, pushing the floor away with your forearms. So your shoulder blades are against your back, away from each other. And your inner thighs are squeezing in. So strengthen the inner thigh on the right leg. If you're on your forearms, come onto your hands. And begin to walk that foot, scoot it back in, and send it back into your downward facing dog. From here, as you inhale, lift the left leg up this time. Exhale, bring in knee to nose, push the floor away, and then set the left foot in between your hands. Drop the back knee. Again, point or flex the toes, yogi's choice. Inhale to rise, arms overhead, look up between the hands. As you exhale, bring both hands to the front thigh and push down. Scoot the back knee if you need to get that stretch on the front of the right quad. And the thighs are squeezing in towards each other. When you're ready, as you inhale, lift the right arm up and back. Focusing on elongating through the right tips, the fingers all the way down the front of the right leg. And on your next exhale, bring the right hand towards the mat. Right hand inside of the left leg. Scoot that left leg towards the left and towards the front. As far as you can until you open up, coming into the outside of the left foot. And then again, stay here, coming onto your forearms. Option to pick up the back knee, wiring that back leg. Remember to keep hugging that belly in. Checking in with your breath. Looking in between the triangles of your forearms. You can clasp your hands or you can place both hands down actually. I like to clasp. And we're holding. If you're on your forearms, coming back into our hands. Scooting that left leg in. Step it back into downward facing dog. Push the floor away with your hands, remembering to hang on to your doorknobs. Keep drawing the heels towards your mat in your down dog. As you inhale, take a deep breath through your nostrils, fill all the way up. Body expands, hold. And then open the mouth, let it all out. From here, bend the knees, look towards the hands. Walk or hop to the top of the mat. Folding over our legs. I won't keep you here long. Straightening the legs as much as you can. We're keeping a slight bend. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bow down. Melt the heart. Root the feet, inhale, rise. Reach overhead, look up. Exhale, hands to your heart. This time, stepping the right foot back as you exhale, coming into a warrior two. Check that the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. The left heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. And then if you have no knee pain, lunge as deep as you can. Ideally, your thighs parallel to the mat. Reaching arms in opposite directions. Fingers are engaged. Looking over the middle finger on the left hand. And keep your shoulders soft. Hugging that belly in. Finding Mula Bandha, the lock that fires your pelvic floor. And then just staying here, squeezing the heels towards each other. Drawing those magnets in. Check that the left knee is stacked over the left ankle, and if it's tracking inwards, opening it up towards the left side. Shar, I think you can lunge a little bit deeper. And on your next inhale, reverse the left palm, go back. Exalted warrior, keeping the lunge. Exhale back to warrior two. One more time, inhale, reverse the palm, go up and back, right hand down the right shin. Exhale back to warrior two. This time, cartwheel the hands towards the mat. Step back into plank. From plank, take one deep inhale, and as you exhale, bend the elbows, come all the way down to the mat. Pointing the toes, checking that the thumbs are in line with your nipple line, hugging the elbows in, pressing onto the feet so much that the kneecaps are lifted. On your next inhale, feel your head, neck, and shoulder away, coming into baby cobra or full cobra. Exhale, bow down. From here, bring your arms by your side, palms facing up so your thumbs are touching your thighs. Same engagement with the feet, lifting the kneecaps, pressing onto the tops of the thighs. You're gonna come into locust pose, strengthening the back of the legs. Think of your pubic bone staying glued onto the mat. And as you peel your head, neck, and shoulder on your inhale, your upper body goes with it, so do your arms, all the way down to your back. Your feet are lifting. And then with your arms, you're pretending you have weights and you're lifting them up as high as you can, hugging those shoulder blades towards each other. Holding here for a few breaths. Think of squeezing the glutes in, keeping that pubic bone grounded to protect the low back. Shoulder blades are away, squeezing in. And on your exhale, bring the right cheek towards the mat, bend the knees, and then windshield wiper the legs side to side. When you're ready, bring the feet back down, forehead towards the mat. Getting ready to come up one more time. Inhale, peel head, neck, shoulder, arms, legs come up, squeeze everything in. Glutes, back of the legs are engaged. Press the tops of the thighs as much as you can back. Toes are pointed, kicking back. Holding here. And then when you're ready, exhale, release forehead. This time, bring the left cheek to the mat. Bend the knees and windshield wiper side to side. Great release for the low back. When you're ready, bring the feet back down. Arms by your side. Thumbs in line with the nipple line. Let's take one more cobra. Inhale, peel head, neck, and shoulder. Hug the elbows in. Exhale, back down. Tuck the toes. Push the floor away with your hands and the hips up and back into downward facing dog. From here, lifting the right leg this time. And as you exhale, stepping it through right between your hands, setting up for warrior two on the right side. Check that the heel to arch alignment is correct. So one long line from the front heel all the way to the middle of the back foot. Step it back as far as you can so that when you're lunging, your knee is not going over the ankle. And then bring your arms by your side. Squeeze the legs in, firing the bottom half. Your upper torso stacked above the hips. Looking over the right middle finger this time. Reaching with the hands so that they're engaged, but the shoulders are soft. You're hugging that belly in. Staying here for a few breaths. Bring the right knee out a little bit towards the right. And can you lunge a little bit deeper into that knee? Send the left kneecap towards the hip. Rooting all three corners of that back foot, especially that pinky toe. So that foot is not lifting. This is warrior two. When you're ready, reverse the palm as you inhale and come back for exalted warrior. Noticing that the lunge will want to go back with you. Keep pressing it forward. When you're ready, as you exhale, coming back into warrior two. Inhale, flip and reverse. Staying here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, exhale back to warrior two. This time, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back into plank. And plank option all the way to your belly or to chaturanga. Elbows at 90 degrees. Inhale, coming up into upward dog, pointing the toes or into cobra. Exhale, send the hips up and back, downward dog. Take a moment here to rest. Bending one knee, bending the opposite. Maybe shaking your hips side to side. Inviting movement. Or staying still, working maybe on grounding the heels down. Checking that the hands are holding onto your doorknobs. Notice if the index finger and the thumb bottom base is lifted. Remembering to keep those grounded, those always want to lift. And then when you're ready, lift the right leg up. And as you exhale, bring your knee to nose, push the floor away. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Twist. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. And then step the foot, straighten the leg out. Coming to the outside of that left leg. We're coming into fallen triangle. So lifting the left arm up, coming to, rolling onto the side of that back foot. Reach with the top hand. Bring that left leg out in front as much as you can. Keep hugging that belly in, engaging the right triceps, sending the right upper arm, hugging it in. Staying here, maybe picking up that leg. Using your core. And then when you're ready, back into downward facing dog. That takes a lot, I know. Stay one breath here. Exhale, let it out the mouth. When you're ready, on your next inhale, lift the left leg. Doing the other side as you exhale, knee to nose. Push the floor around the upper back. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Toes are pointing down, the hips are square. Exhale, left knee, right, twisting open. Inhale, back. As you exhale, left knee, right, left tricep. Inhale, kicking up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, and then straighten the left leg, drop it down, scoot it up towards the front as much as you can, rolling onto the inside of that right leg, and then reaching the right arm up overhead. All in triangle. Keep lifting the hips up. And then when you're ready, maybe picking up that left leg, holding here. When you're ready, right hand down, left foot up, three-legged dog, exhale. Big toes to touch, knees wide on the mat, take a child's pose. And reconnect to your breath. Well-deserved rest. Keep sending the sit bones towards the heels, allowing your chest, your heart to melt closer towards the mat. Let your head go. Your arms can be extended out in front, or if you'd like, you can bring them towards your side, palms facing up, right beside your feet or your ankles. Just allow your exhales to slow down, remembering your hero. When you're ready, on your next inhale, reach the arms out in front if they're not. And then as you exhale, send yourself back up. And let's come to lie on our back for some stretching. Bringing the knees towards your chest, hug in, arms around your shins, rock side to side. Let's give Happy Baby a try one more time. Arms reach in between your legs, grabbing the outside of the feet and then pulling up. And again, check in to notice if there's more softness where there was tension earlier. I love doing comparative poses at the beginning and at the end, just to see what I feel now. And just invite movement, rock side to side, fall to the right, fall to the left. Slowly, keeping the tailbone grounded down. Actively pressing onto the feet with your hands. Bringing the soles of the feet to touch, heels towards the groin, opening the knees away from you. Staying here for 2 more breaths. When you're ready, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Bring your right knee in and then press the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Moving into Recline Pigeon. Bring the left knee towards your chest and either clasp the back of the thigh of the front shin of the left leg. You keep bringing that left knee in while sending the right knee away from you. Initiating the movement from the hips, not the knee, on the right. Keeping both feet flexed. Tailbone grounding. Every exhale, bring the left knee closer towards your front body. And when you're ready, release. Bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh. And then clasp where you need to, opening up the left knee. Remembering to initiate the movement from the left hip and to flex the feet to protect the knee. When you're ready, bringing both soles of the feet onto the mat. Check that they're hip distance apart and as close to your bum as you can. Press all 3 corners of the foot down. Your arms are by your side, palms facing down. And then your sit bones, tilt them up towards the knees so that your pelvis is tilting back. Think of it like a bowl and you're kind of just tipping it backwards. You should feel the low back rounding onto the mat. And then on your next inhale, push onto the feet, lift the hips up, coming into a bridge pose. Take a moment here to either tuck your elbows in, staying where you are. If you're tucking your shoulders in, you can clasp the hands behind your back, bring chin to your chest, and just push onto the feet as much as you can, lifting the hips up and engaging your glutes by squeezing them in. Holding here for a few breaths. Imagine you have a block or a pillow between your thighs and keep squeezing them in. Deep inhales through the nose. Long exhales through the nose. Can you push onto the feet and lift up a little bit higher? And when you're ready, unclasp the hands if they're behind you. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, begin to bring your hips down. Once they're down, maybe you can let your legs, your knees fall to one side, fall to the other. Make sure wiping the legs again. And then bringing your knees towards your chest, hugging in one more time. Give it a tight squeeze. And then bringing your shins parallel to the mat. Your knees are hugging in. Core is engaged. Bring your arms to cactus by your side or extend it out into a T if you have the space. And on your next exhale, let the knees fall towards the right, your gaze towards the left for a nice twist to release the spine. And all the muscles from all the back bends. Maybe bringing the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. No longer doing any work here. Allowing gravity to take your body. Drifting it down. Letting your eyes fall shut. See if there's any spot where you can soften. Maybe noticing your face. If the space between your brows is furrowed, take an exhale, letting it go, allowing it to soften. Your jaw to unclench, your tongue to fall off the palate. When you're ready, squeezing your knees together, bringing them back to center. Your gaze to the middle. And then as you exhale, letting them fall towards the left side, gaze towards the right. Eyes remain shut. Maybe bringing the left hand on top of the outside of the left right thigh if that feels good. Noticing that one side may feel different than the other. Just accepting your body for what it is. Being grateful for how strong, willing, and able your body is. And allowing your mind a space of gratitude for this strength. Hugging your knees together. When you're ready, inhale, coming back to center. And as you exhale, bring the legs out in front, opening a little bit wider than mat distance apart, letting the feet fall open, coming to rest in our Shavasana. Arms by your side, palms facing up. Tucking the shoulder blades in, bringing your chest forward, heart opens. Checking into your breath. Let's take a few cleansing breaths. When you're ready, inhale, fill, expand the lungs. Let the belly rise, fill all the way to the top. Take a moment to hold the breath in. Opening the mouth, exhale. Let it all flow out. One more cleansing breath. Inhale, fill up the lungs, back of the throat. Holding it at the top. Opening the mouth, exhale. Let it all go. Settling in. Calling back to mind our hero. Breathing in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils. Letting your hero rest now and soften. Beginning now to invite some movement back into your body. Slowly wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe rocking your head side to side. Blinking your eyes open and shut. On your next inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Reach back. And as you exhale, bring your knees towards your chest. Take an inhale here. Exhaling, rolling over to one side, making a pillow with your arm. And when you're ready, with the help of your hands, coming to sit at the top of our mats in any seated pose that feels good. Take a deep inhale, reach the arms overhead. Bring your palms to touch. Exhale back to your heart. Bowing our forehead. Exhale all your breath. Let's take a deep inhale for Om. Fill up your belly, chest, back of your throat. Namaste.